I'm always on the hunt for a 5-star Lego set. If I put it on my shelf, I look at it and it will always make me smile. So today I wanted to talk about some of the sets that in my opinion are absolute 5 stars. Everyone's got different tastes, different opinions, different interests, so this is very much skewed to all of the things that I personally like. But before we begin, I feel like I should give you a little bit of breakdown for my rating. So firstly, a 1-star set. This is something that I never want to build again. It was awful. I don't want to have it on my shelf. It's something that if I bought it, I probably got rid of it instantly just because I do not care. A 2-star set is a pretty big step above it. It's probably got like 4 to 5 redeeming qualities, and chances are it's just really not something that I'm overall too interested in, or maybe it's got a major flaw or something like that. It's probably a set again that I didn't keep, or maybe this time I parted it out because there might have been a couple of cool minifigures or a couple of cool pieces, but it's definitely not something that I would want on my shelf. 3-star set. There's not really anything bad about them. I would definitely recommend them, but maybe it's one that I'm probably going to take off of my shelf if I'm doing a rotation of what's on my display. It's probably something that, you know, it looks pretty cool, but there's just something about it that, you know, could have been a little step better. A 4-star set is, I feel like, where most of my Lego sets would sit. I really, really love it. It's absolutely amazing. It's top quality Lego, you know, all of those great things, but there's just something about it that is holding it back. And then 5-star, of course, is just that magical, beautiful set. You look at it, you buy it, you build it, you put it on your shelf. Everything about the whole process is so fun, so exciting. The first 5-star Lego set is actually a recent release from Lego, and it is the Creator 3-in-1 camera. Now with my camera in particular, I made a little custom strap using some red ribbon because I just felt it looked a little nicer on my shelf. But the second I saw this set, I knew that this was going to be perfect for me. Firstly, I'm a huge camera person. I love tech, I love film, I love photography, I love film cameras, and I had to have this. Secondly, it's such a cheap price point. It's so cute, and it is such a creative use of parts because it's a Creator 3-in-1 set. Amazing value for money, and I have had it on my little shelf up against some of like my books, and I don't regret it. It was the best purchase ever. I'm so glad I went and hunted this thing down. Next up is a set that I actually ended up parting together because it was cheaper for me to do that than buy the actual thing, and that is the Hobbit Unexpected Gathering. This was one of my most wanted sets as a kid. I really wanted to get it, and I know one of my friends had it, but I never ended up getting it. And this one, just being bag end, appealed to me so much, and I am so glad that I parted this together as an adult. It was still expensive, but it ended up being cheaper than I thought because they didn't come with any of the dwarves, but it's the model that I cared about. Like, the minifigures were fantastic, but this model is fantastic. It looks so much like the little hobbit holes that exist in Hobbiton in New Zealand, and for 2012, this thing was fire. It still holds up to this day. I house all of my little Lord of the Rings and Hobbit minifigures in front of it. It's just the perfect display piece. It fits great on a shelf. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Next, I want to direct our attention to the bugle in the back there. That is the next set on this list. The minifigures interact with the set and really make it come to life, which I feel like isn't something that typically happens all too often with Lego these days, but this set nailed it. There were so many amazing characters, a lot of unique minifigures, and it was just overall a really fun time. In terms of a Lego Marvel set, like, that is the peak to me. I don't think we can get any better than that. Like, it's just perfect. Now, this could be a little bit of a controversial one. I'm not entirely sure, but I have the Rise of Skywalker Millennium Falcon playset on this list. Now, there's a couple of reasons for this. One, I am a big playset person. The UCS Falcon, it's gorgeous. Have I built it? No, not yet, but I really don't care because the playsets are where it's at for me. This is so dusty though. Oh my gosh, I should have taken care of this beforehand. It's lovely. It's got a ton of details, and this one was my first ever Millennium Falcon, and I really feel like it's the only one I need. The fact that it can open up so easily and you can access the insides is fantastic. I love the fact that this one in particular, thanks to Rise of Skywalker, brought back the round dish, so I can just pretend that this is an original trilogy one. Now let's jump in and talk about Harry Potter for a little bit. Now, this first Harry Potter set is a new one, and it is the most recent version of Hagrid's hut. Now, I look at this set and it is practically perfect to me. I think this has to be a 5-star set. Like, the detail on the hut is fantastic. I love the minifigures. I love that Fang's included. I love how different it is, and it is so accurate to the movie. Like, it is incredible. I just finished rereading The Philosopher's Stone a couple days ago, and when I tell you that I pictured the story happening inside the Lego set, I'm not even kidding. It was so cute. I love little Nob being there. I love the references. I love how warm and cozy and homely Hagrid's hut feels. This is such a good Lego set. It's just incredible. If you have not picked it up, I highly recommend it. If you're gonna get one set from that wave, I mean, yeah, you could also get the Flying Fort, but Hagrid's hut in my eyes is just beautiful. And our second Harry Potter set is the Black Lake Second Task kind of mer people set that released last year. I love this thing. It is very rare to get a really good small Harry Potter set these days. I feel like there just aren't that many of them. But the reason that the Black Lake is a 5-star set is mostly because of those little like springy bubble chain features on Ron and Hermione. This set was so well executed, looks incredibly accurate, especially given the price point and the size, had a ton of really cool minifigures, a ton of really cool references, and it was just such great value for its price. It's such a fun display piece, and it's not a Hogwarts castle either, so it feels very unique, and it has been one of my favorite Harry Potter sets to release in quite a number of years. I absolutely love it. As we've established, I like playset ships, so having the Republic gunship on this list should really come as no surprise. I love the design of this ship, just in terms of like Star Wars ships in general, and this 2013 playset is fantastic, and much like the Millennium Falcon, my copy is also in need of a big dust. I love how much space for minifigures this set has. I love how accurate it looks, and I feel like this set and this shape still holds up today. Like the Coruscant Guard gunship looks really, really clean in comparison, and if you remodel it, it looks really cool, but because it's smaller, I think this is why I prefer this one. Like, I absolutely love it. It's so gorgeous, and it's definitely my favorite Republic ship, which does also help bring it its 5-star status. But this overall was such a joy to put together and have a look at on my shelf. Like, I love seeing it there. It's so fun. This little carry handle is a game changer. 5 stars easily. The final 3 I want to talk about are all much smaller than these other ones. The first one being the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo. Now, in general, I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan. Those early 2000s movies that James Gunn wrote are just iconic in my childhood. So when this set came out, I lost my mind. Now, there is a little tree build that comes with this. However, the Mystery Machine on its own, this thing is fantastic. This is like an OG like Speed Champion set. Like, it is perfectly sized to put in a Lego city. It has full functionality. Like, you can open up the back section, you can lift off the top, you can squeeze all members of Mystery Inc. in here if you really try, which personally I do. I have Daphne, Velma, and Fred sat in the driver's seat. Like, I have had this on shelves the moment I got it. Like, even when I was a teenager and I was kind of hiding the fact that I love Lego and I didn't really have a lot around, this was still on my shelf. This model is adorable. Even the stickers are fine. Like, I do not care. This is like the perfect Mystery Machine. I don't think they could have done any better in my eyes, and if they do, I will be very impressed. Next up, funnily enough, is the first ever Star Wars set that I bought, and that is the Jewel on Mustafar. Now, I bought this simply because this is my favorite scene from my favorite Star Wars movie. I just had to have it, and then I built it, and I was like, this is fantastic. I love the fact that you can have a fully kind of like expanded little display piece, the fact that you can close it in. You've got Anakin, you've got Obi-Wan, they're in a lightsaber duel. It just depicts an iconic scene. There's a little bit of movement, there's a little bit of play, and it was so cheap for such a beautiful display piece. What a way to start my Lego Star Wars collection journey too, with a 5-star set. I have been chasing a Lego Star Wars set that makes me this happy, the same way that this one does since the moment I started collecting, like 4 years ago at this point. I really, really want to see a set like just reach that level for me. And then lastly is the James Bond Speed Champion car. Now, unfortunately, I broke this down earlier this week, but this car, oh my gosh, it is so clean, so beautiful, and it's so cute and so cheap. Again, you can fit this in a Lego city, like the Mystery Machine. Like, that's the beauty of Speed Champions cars. This car is fantastic. It is such a great looking model. There was a couple of stickers, but they add a lot to the set, and overall, it's just fantastic. It was a fun time to build. It was really cute. Again, easy to display. It checks all of the boxes that I wanted it to. I love the James Bond car so much. I would love to know what you consider to be a 5-star Lego set, and if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel down below. And until next time, I'll see you later.